Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park.
You're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park.
I'm Leo, and in tonight's news, a chance to learn about firearm safety, and Michigan high school athletes could soon get NIL dollars.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
You have the opportunity to learn more about firearm-related injuries and how to prevent them next week when the local Impact Alliance holds their firearm safety seminar. Part of the Alliance's Lunch and Learn series, the event will feature a presentation and question and answer session from Dr. Laurel Seawald, a research professor from the Institute of Firearm Injury Prevention. Canton Community Foundation and local Impact Alliance Vice Chairman David Hammond says the seminar's focus is on injury reduction across multiple categories and demographic ranges.
They're going to work across the whole spectrum, so individual, family, community, and policy-related issues. So we mean for this to be a broad swath of learning about the magnitude of the problem. We understand that guns are in this society. How can we make it safer? How can we reduce injuries? And how can we reduce deaths?
The seminar will be held at the Plymouth District Library from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on November 8th. An online Zoom option will also be available, and event registration is at localallianceimpact.org.
Elite high school athletes may soon be able to profit from using their name and image for deals with third-party businesses due to a bill recently passed in the Michigan House. The bill passed the House 66-43. It would require parental consent and a filing of the athletes' deals with the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Money made from these third-party deals, also known as NIL deals, would not be used by the school or in place of existing scholarships. Canton House of Representatives member Ranjiv Puri says the bill represents changes coming to high school sports.
I think what this bill was doing was trying to just establish a framework for how to address school sports and kind of how they're evolving now and receiving more attention.
Puri expects that only a small number of high school athletes will receive NIL deals. More information about the bill can be found at legislature.mi.gov.
Airstrikes in Gaza top our look at world and national news tonight. Israel is taking responsibility for an airstrike that the Hamas-run Gaza Interior Ministry claims was on a refugee camp in Gaza. The Gaza Interior Ministry said 6 bombs were dropped on a residential area during the strike that Israeli officials said killed a Hamas leader. The IDF's statement did not acknowledge any civilian casualties that may have been caused by the strike. New details are emerging about the mass shooter in Maine that killed 18 people before taking his own life. Robert Card was an Army reservist, and he was sent for evaluation in July after he was seen behaving erratically. That's when the Army said Card shouldn't have had a weapon, handle ammunition, or participate in live fire activity. Consumer confidence is down for the 3rd straight month. The Conference Board Consumer Confidence Index slipped nearly 2 points in October. The board's chief economist said many Americans are worried about rising prices, particularly for gas and groceries. A House vote to expel New York Congressman George Santos could happen this week. New York GOP House members say they may be near the 2/3 majority, which would be required to expel Santos following his arraignment on what is now a total of 23 fraud charges. Santos pleaded not guilty and says he has no plans to resign. Authorities have arrested 2 men in connection with the theft of mailbox keys at 2 apartment complexes. Michael Smith Ellis and Terrence Tucker are accused of taking part in robberies of postal workers in September and earlier this month. The pair were arrested after taking a mailbox key from a carrier in Northville Township. Police stopped their vehicle in Livonia and found guns, black masks, and clothing in the car. Both are facing numerous federal charges, including robbery and aggravated assault. For Newsfile 530, I'm Leo. Your look at campus news is next.
Hi, I'm Anuya, the program director at 88.1 The Park, and this station has become one of the biggest parts of my life. When I first joined, I never thought of myself as someone who would seek out leadership opportunities. But now, I'm one of the top student leaders at the station, and I love getting to work with some of the best students at PCEP. This place is special. When you join, it feels like you belong to something, and that family has become a very big part of my life. Helping students find a place to call home is worthy of your support, and you can do just that by donating during our 88.1 The Park Thanks for Giving pledge drive from November 6th to the 11th. You can find more information at 88onethepark.com. I'm Anuya, and from all of us at 881 The Park, thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's Campus News.
In campus news, finalists have been announced for the new Canton High School mascot. As chosen by students, the finalists are Cardinals, Cobras, and Coyotes. Students will vote for their favorite finalist. The voting window opens today and closes on November 10th. Once the voting period ends, all votes will be tallied to determine the winning mascot. The results of the vote will be announced to the student body, and the recommendation will be forwarded to the Board of Education in November. The PCEP Community Open House is Thursday, November 2nd, from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Salem Cafeteria. The event is open to the entire PCCS community and is the perfect opportunity to learn about the unique opportunities offered at the Plymouth Canton Educational Park. PCCS is inviting the community to chat with Superintendent Dr. Monica Merritt next month during another installment of her popular Coffee with Monica series. Coffee with Monica is an opportunity to meet with Superintendent Merritt and members of the district leadership team. Dr. Merritt will share information about the latest happenings in our district and take the time to hear community feedback and answer questions. Coffee with Monica will take place on Monday, November 6th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Miller Elementary School's Media Center. For Campus News, I'm Leo. Your look at sports is next.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports.
The Lions beat the Raiders 26-14 last night at Ford Field. Jared Goff completed 26 of 37 passes for 272 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Amon-Ra St. Brown caught 6 passes for 108 yards, while Jahmyr Gibbs carried the ball 26 times for 152 yards and a score. Despite these numbers, Goff says the defense covered up a number of errors the offense made.
It was good minus the turnovers, and then again, that's the critical thing. And yeah, we overcame them, and our defense was a big part of the reason why. And we scored 26 or whatever we ended up scoring, and felt like it should have been about 40 or so. But our defense really kept us in that game and played well.
The Lions improved to 6-2 with the victory. At the NFL trade deadline today, the team added wide receiver depth when Detroit acquired Donovan Peoples-Jones from the Cleveland Browns for a late-round pick in the 2025 draft. The Red Wings put an end to their 3-game losing streak with a 4-3 overtime win over the Islanders in New York. Lucas Raymond scored the game winner 1 minute and 25 seconds into the overtime period. The Wings have improved to 6-3-1. The Pistons lost to the Thunder last night 124-112 in Oklahoma City. With the loss, the Pistons slipped to 2-2 on the season. The Pistons return home to host Portland tomorrow. In Game 3 of the World Series last night, the Texas Rangers took a 2-1 series lead with a 3-1 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Rangers may have lost 2 key players to injuries during the game. Cleanup hitter Adolis Garcia was sent to the hospital to get an MRI after a swing left him clutching his back, and starting pitcher and former Tiger Max Scherzer was pulled after being hit in the back with a line drive. Scherzer has stated that it's likely back spasms and he'd be ready to pitch in Game 7 if needed. For Newsfile at 5:30 Sports, I'm Nathaniel. Your look at traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94. Your look at traffic starts now.
Look for slow traffic on all freeways in Plymouth Canton this afternoon. I-275 northbound and southbound have traffic down to 2 lanes. Traffic is also delayed on M14 eastbound and I-96 westbound. That's all for traffic. Your look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park with your local weather forecast.
Look for a cold night on this Halloween with a chance for light snow and an overnight low of 27. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny and cold with a high of 42. Right now in Plymouth Canton, it's 38 degrees under cloudy skies. On your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Nathaniel, I'm Leo on Newsfile 530. Stick around, K-Poppin' is next, followed by Plymouth and Canton's hit music.